and welcome to my November TBR. This TBR is going to be divided into 3 sections. We are going to have November releases, non-fiction reads that I would like to read for non-fiction November, and then some other books that I want to get to, some of which are holdovers from my October TBR. My October wrap up will be coming once I am back from vacation. I go away on the 30th of October, so there wasn't any point in doing my wrap up before, because you know I'm going to be reading at the airport and on any of the planes that I'm on as well. So let's get started with these November releases. I have 1 that I can show you and 2 which are on my Kindle, so I haven't got pictures of those. However, I will leave my blog linked as always in the description box for you, so you can go to my blog post if you want to see those covers or get more information about those books. So the first November release I'm going to be reading is Day Zero by Kelly DeVos. She sent me this proof copy very kindly in the mail in this amazing banana packaging. This one comes out on the 12th of November and is a young adult novel, and the tagline is "Those who panic don't survive." So this is kind of what happens when doomsday actually arrives. I'm very excited to start reading this one. I've heard amazing things from people who have read it already, so I'm looking forward to reading this when I'm back from vacation. Then the other 2 November releases I have A Million Dreams by Danny Atkins, which comes out on the 14th of November. I'm on the blog tour for this one at the beginning of December, so you can expect a review of that one from me then. But I have this on my Kindle ready to read. I love Danny Atkins and what she does, and I will definitely have a box of tissues ready to read this one with. Then on the 28th of November, Love Songs for Skeptics by, now I'm going to butcher this name, I apologise, Christina Pishiris, I think, or Pishiris. It is released. I have heard amazing things from people who have already read this one, and I'm hoping that I'm going to buddy read this one with my friend Hayley. So look out for more on that over on my Instagram. I will definitely be storying our buddy reading of that one as and when it happens. So those are the 3 November releases I would like to get to. Then we have non-fiction November books. I have a couple of audiobooks that I don't have pictures of for you here. I pre-ordered Me by Elton John, Elton John's memoir. I pre-ordered this one on Audible, so I have the audiobook of this one to listen to. That might be something I might listen to on my plane back from vacation, but I'm very excited about reading this one. I have considered buying the hardback for the pictures, but I think I'm just going to put a hold on it at my library and hope that it comes in soon so I can share some of the pictures with you once I've read it as well. Then I also have I Remember Nothing, which is a November release and a non-fiction November read, and this is from Nora Ephron. I haven't read any of her books, but you know I love her movies. So this one comes out on November the 9th, and I have an audio review copy of this one from Penguin Random House. So thank you very much to them for providing me with that. And again, this is a nice short one, so I could read this on one of my shorter journeys. I listen on double speed, so it shouldn't take too long. But we'll be reading this one as part of Non-Fiction November, as well as a November release. And then the other one I have that I don't actually have the physical copy of here is the hashtag I Mom So Hard, which is by 2, I think they have a podcast. I don't know a whole lot about it. I've seen it on Instagram an awful lot. It looks really funny. I love things about like mom bloggers and like what it's really like having kids versus what it looks like on Instagram, and this sounds like it's going to be fun like that. And I have this on audio borrowed from the library, so I'm looking forward to reading that one. And then a couple of October holdovers in terms of non-fiction. I kind of left these until last anyway in case I wanted to read these for non-fiction November, and these are both library books. We have The Other F Word, a celebration of the fat and the fierce, and I have had a little look into this already, but I'm just going to show you the end pages again. I think I already showed you these in my October TBR, but I'm really hoping that nobody else puts a hold on this at the library, because I would like to read this for non-fiction November for sure. And it's very heavy, so I can't really take it in my bag on the plane, but it's just wonderful. So I'm looking forward to reading that one. And then another one which I have left over from October, which I think I might have even got from the library in November. This one might have to be a take back and put another hold on it again, but we'll see. November, the end of November's a while away yet. And this is Generation Friends by Saul Austerlitz. I've been trying to find out if this one is on audio because I think it'd be a really good one, but it doesn't look like they did an audio of this one. So I think I'm gonna have to just read this physical library copy, which I've had on my shelf for a little while. It does have pictures in though, so there is the benefit of that. And that is my 5th book for an option for non-fiction November. We do have a road trip at the end of November, so there might be a little bit of bonus non-fiction slid in there that I haven't listed here, but we'll just have to wait and see. I do have some library holds that may come before November is out. You never know. You know they're going to come all at once, but you never know when they're going to arrive. And then a couple of leftovers from October TBR. We Met in December by Rosie Curtis. I actually won a signed copy of this one on Twitter, and Hayley, that I'm going to be buddy reading Love Songs for Skeptics with, also won a copy. It was her that entered it, and it was like a friends thing, so she gets a copy and I get a copy because she tagged me. And we're just waiting for them to arrive, and then we're going to be buddy reading that one. So hopefully that one comes in November so we can buddy read it together. I did download the audiobook of it as well because I was very excited for reading it, but Hayley's waiting for the physical copy to come, so I just need her copy to come and then we can start reading this one together. Then a leftover from October, which I really thought I was going to read in October, but now we're like 3 days away from the end of October. It looks like it's not going to happen. This is The Whisper Man by Alex North, which I've seen all the hype about on all over social media. It was my Book of the Month Club pick. I did it as an add-on because I didn't pick it in the month that it was the book, and just haven't got around to reading it, even though I did get the audio from the library, and it would have been a great one to read for Halloween since it's a thriller. But nevertheless, I am fine with moving it over to my November TBR instead. So that's a leftover from October. Then a couple of things I've got from the library, shorter books, which, you know, could be plain read contenders, but I actually have the audio and the physical copy of this one, and this is The Prom, a novel which was a big story at Book Expo. Some bloggers and vloggers were taken to the Broadway musical because this is another book that is based on a Broadway musical, just like Dear Evan Hansen last year. So this is a young adult novel. It's quite short. Tis just over 200 pages. So this one might be a contender for a little weekend reading at some point in November. And I do have the audio of that one as well. And then another shorter book, but one that I'm very excited about. This is, I believe, a middle grade novel. And again, it's quite short and quite large print. This isn't even 200 pages. This is Look Both Ways by Jason Reynolds. You know I am a massive Jason Reynolds fan, so I'm hoping to read this one in November. This one is A Tale Told in 10 Blocks, and then that's the back of it there for you. I just think it's stunning. I wasn't lucky enough to get a ticket to go and meet him at Book Expo. His line was insanely long, and I think I was in another line at the time. So I got it from the library because libraries are excellent. I have a tag all about that in case you haven't seen it. I'll link it up here. And then I also have an audio review copy of Let It Snow by John Green, Maureen Johnson and Lauren Miracle, which is becoming a Netflix movie. The movie comes out on November the 8th, so I'm going to listen to the audio of this one, possibly on my plane journey home since I come back on the 5th, or possibly in the time between, so that I can bring you a book versus movie. I am also aware, in case you were wondering, that Looking for Alaska is a TV series. I reread the book in October, and I will be waiting until I can watch all the episodes of the series to bring you a book versus movie, book versus TV series of this one, but I will have a book versus movie for Let It Snow for you sometime around about the 8th of November, so that is something to look forward to. So I think having divided it up a little bit like that, it's looking like a manageable TBR. I've got plenty of mixture of physical books, ebooks and audiobooks there, which is always a good thing to have if I'm feeling one over the other, or I'm on the road a lot so I can only do audio, or I'm at home a lot so I can do more physical, or I'm traveling so I've got my ebook. I think it's a solid TBR. Let me know in the comments what is on your to-read list for November. If we are reading any of the same books, that would be exciting. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed so that October wrap-up lands in your subscription feed. I also have some Disney vlogs coming up for you as well, so you're not going to want to miss those. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you with my next video very soon.